Station for Souls.
Yamamu akwaba eba MYLIBERTY TV so enne onyamia ya dom ama ya senhiem na dwumadi a yede bre oni business focus we bisa business focus business eno ne ye newe business focus ene se ye nya akonya ene ekukudam ene won a you know omo ha na se wo business eni omo kasa se no omo ye ya wo shase baby omo shase fi eni baby omo ko se de be ya me no ba nu nsusu ye benya sa akonya no etimi aye bi enu nti na enne uhumi wa ha enu nti ni atena se no business focus ho nsemsem nti a na yenya atena se nti yense mere no me wo me wo friend den me guest back wo studio ha no ma. We have been waiting long for such an opportunity. I am bekasa about send your chassis, baby, your chassis fee, and baby, your send a bay. I am so I am bemuno, a bit me a tuana mo chisa. It means no meko neho na meneno akudin komo, but answer nano. Koswa following in social media handles na so ko Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Instagram MYLIBERTYTV and I say call website no www.mylibertytv.com and I say ubetimi akọ Google Play Store na wakọ download the app no MYLIBERTYTV app no ewo Google Play Store na no so ye ne wanya ye live na wahwe ho no enti ye de nyame asibio se odena beka yensa wa ha na the guest na me one was studio ha no wo friend no Mr. Alex the Craft Hansen or the owner of Lux Boutique, one of the leading boutiques in Tema, the whole of Tema and the American Dada. It's big now. Provide a bigger services Emma UPBR and even some Bremocon work with besides and Mr. Alex watch out Bogode Adum Moko Nyamiadum and as in so say it on Safeo Odi Akwenya I mean what fasa way so aba say oba church said businesses is if I try it but now you come business then you patch and I then as a training etin
oh me da say me di kan no me fa enchia ma motifo ni na me yenko yu bia say won sunti liberty na wodi dwumapa you impempi no aya dodona ka say oh me ko business me person me businessman person me businesswoman na poto kase mu no sa ye kase business you say a organization or an enterprise entity that engaged in commercial, industrial or professional activities.
Okay.
And your business are basically we are looking at three broad areas. We are looking at entry into a commercial activity. We are talking about entry into an industrial activity.
Okay.
And you enter into a professional activity.
Okay.
Basically, that is business.
Okay.
Now, in PNP, now you're confusing the meaning of business and entrepreneur. Now, you can't be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a person who undertakes business activities. What I say, medical church business, our business is here, our organization or entity there, or go into commercial, industrial, and professional activities. Three broad areas. Now, because an entrepreneur, you will be or undertaking any of these three activities, any of them, or bear most of the risk.
Okay.
Now, Obesa enjoy most of the rewards. And that is an entrepreneur. So there's a clear distinction between an entrepreneur and a business.
Okay.
In the business, senior or a professional or a professional accountant or the white training ADD. White training say local human kitten say oh prepare account, prepare account, and that's your profession. So when you come in business, or per se farmer, between adu food, between more any commercial activities.
Okay.
And the industrial activities, has to do with manufacturing. To buy a big organizations or manufacture this, or manufacture tin tomatoes, whatever tea road. These are all called commercial activity, industrial activities. And it's basically a business. That is it.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. You watch it, man. Yes, sir. In fact, you will be crying. Probably say every business person is an entrepreneur. So it means you can be a businessman, but not an entrepreneur.
Yeah, basically, say entrepreneur, no, it is somebody who undertakes a business. Okay. And it's more or less entrepreneur, no, the mathematics, because it's a subset of a business.
Oh, okay.
So business is very broad, and entrepreneur, no, say,
oh, nice.
So it's a subset of the business.
Okay, inti, say now the can yedasi. Inti me pese me hu. How would one start a business? If you want to start a business, if I want to start a business, how would? What are some of the things I take into consideration in starting a business?
Yo, me da say. So obiani the way I see yeni nyamafa. But broadly speaking, obviously we share business. I say one, I will say on the kind of locality or any what they require. Okay. Two, you must have passion. Passion. Let me repeat. You must have passion for the work. So who need passion? Minimum how me say passion wo kasi me. Is ya honkeka sort of.
Yeah.
Maybe yeah. Also wonya ahonkeka. Also wonya ahonkeka. Wonya atinka bise. Me pese me yesi juma we.
Yeah.
And if you want to start a business, first of all, it is not about money, but you start business mentally in your head. You must prepare your mind mentally. You must be mentally sound. Simply because I become mentally sound, I know will be an adrenaline make in terms of business.
Okay.
So obey what you need say me call person me ye business. You must prepare your mind very well and assume a certain kind of posture before you can start a business.
Okay.
And to what dream no, what prepare what dream we no. Now feel the what na say adwene say okay. Person me business. Mete Golf City. Golf City ya mete. Me beton winter jacket ye beton. What I say?
Yeah.
Me beton winter jacket. Now me be say me business no. Ye Golf City. Now be say say Golf City ya sunu to wa. Sunu to wa. And until say opese we business na o ton winter jackets e wo Golf City a en niye because obi anto Ghana na cause no nto and abeto Golf City and until e was say o hwe locality na wo mo no na o hu the type of products and the type of services obe provided ni pepi you can't say business. I adwene be brave. I buy and sell, but we can define the business. I will professional services, industrial and commercial. But ye pay pin. Oh, me person me business now. Buy and sell, buy and trim. Me confirm you beton. Me a businessman. Me confirm tire beton. Me a businessman. Me confirm punch. Me a businessman. Me confirm cars beton. Me a businessman. Yes, it's a form of business, commercial kind of business. But we have the professional type of business. And no, you may not necessarily need any physical cash to start business. Okay. And no, the word journey, or a chartered accountant, what taxation, chartered what chartered in taxation, what I see who say come to one marketer. This shop never want to do na prepare account. Would Tikana sales na way and one would you do and one way we 10 chana and money gugu. Obeshensona ebia GRE. Ako so montia tax. Na GRE there obana say on prepare books are obama what called provision assessment.
Yeah.
Now because of NTS and or the provision assessment in the man also kwa kutuani na. Sometimes so by assessment ni you know. Now when we say provision assessment now what they no more than what you should have paid.
Yeah.
If you have kept proper books of accounts.
Okay.
But because we are not doing all these things, so in provisional assessment, you need choice that to go and pay that money.
Yeah.
So sometimes we pay more than what we ought to have paid.
Okay.
Or we pay lower than what we should have paid. And until you can sit as a professional accountant, for example, as a professional management accountant, for example, and say that, oh, okay, and I didn't may enter one shop after the other. Na mean bisa one say wobema me kwan na my prepare account ajibi ka gumutoma a business now here. So that is the professional aspect of business.
Okay.
And to start a business, you know, I will say the needs of the people environment na woman no amunis then
Okay.
Then you can begin to focus.
Wow. This is really, really good. I say, watch that simple into details. We always say no. With this, with as somehow can more or less, you know, you don't necessarily need a startup capital to start.
Oh yes, it is a bit depending on what you want to do. A bit depending on what you want to do. And I mean, you know, say a bio say business, you know, you will more 3 broad thematic words. Commercial, industrial, and professional.
Okay.
And I'm a typical example of how the professional can enter into a kind of providing services. And you don't need any startup capital. And about MYLIBERTY, we say MYLIBERTY. Me person me boa na mo prepare my account. Na bo so me bia me just simple and me di teku bi edegu mbotom. I me here sika me de ebe ye because the be no me trimu de dawo.
Yeah.
What I say and so me business am here. Ti me business am here ne say because shop to shop, me call offices to offices. Eko boa manfo ma wo prepare one tax returns and prepare one books of accounts. Na ma jisika de go mbotom. That is one type of profession. And tell me here any physical money to start that business. Okay, but then some person me cover tomatoes our akumadan.
Yeah.
Ebe ton dia and me here bi kakra.
Yes.
Because me to me nko enka say oh when if tomatoes na me ton bi am disika be bro. Well, unless it dia uni mo bi abetumi ama osa akunya no.
Yeah.
Aha bampem pie no aya isi dodo na isi no say obi kura sika bi na odi ayeden akwa start. Now many times you know say sika semi bim e wo business I have to think of too huge a figure.
Yeah.
Too huge a figure. But you see, in life, in doing business, you must start small, but you have to think big.
Yeah.
You have to start small, but you gotta think big. You have to think big. I will say, oh, Jenny, Fancy Pimbeka said, drink your kind. I will say, oh, drink a quick cheat. And I will say, okay, in the next 2 years, in the next 10 years, you know, then, and how do I want to